You have the time of your life every single night. The confetti's raining down. You put your hands to the sky, center of the crowd. You're the talk of the town. And I tell myself I don't want that. What glitters isn't gold. I tell myself I don't need it, 'cause I'm fine on my own. But I hate being on the outside looking through a window. I say I don't want it, but I'm so full of it.
Hello friends, it's me, Rhea Peterson. Welcome back to my channel. Today we have a good list of things to do, and I am focusing on cleaning the things that clean the things. I am giving my dishwasher some attention, my washing machine, and I'm even going to be cleaning out my vacuum, all while tidying up my house, getting it set from the weekend, and just getting things back in order. If you're new here, my name is Rhea Peterson. I upload twice a week on Tuesdays and Saturdays, and I'm really happy that you are here. If you aren't already, make sure you click that subscribe button. We have lots to do today. I hope you're doing well. Let's get started.
I tell myself I don't need it, 'cause I'm fine on my own. But I hate being on the outside.
Okay, so we're gonna start in the kitchen. Downstairs isn't too bad. It's mostly surface level stuff, but I do need to give my dishwasher a little bit of attention, clean out the filter. I'm gonna take my steam cleaner to it just to loosen stuff up to make it easier to wipe out. And then overall, just kind of wiping things down, dealing with some clutter, that kind of stuff. And then I wanna make my way upstairs. I noticed a little bit of discoloration in like the rubber band of the washing machine, but I also have some bedding to wash. So I wanna kind of treat that, get that cleaned up. Lots of things, kind of a cleaning the things that clean the things day. My vacuum needs some attention, my washer, my dishwasher. So that is the plan. We're gonna start in the kitchen. I have a list somewhere. I've lost it, I'll find it, it'll turn up, but we're gonna start in the kitchen, that much I know. How are you doing? Are you having a good day? Let me know down in the comments what you have working on. I hope you're having the best day. Hope your weather is the weather that you need. Well, we are reaching the tail end of all of the activities for the school year, soccer, dance, all of that stuff. And I'm looking forward to not finding all of the gear for set activities all over the house. We have got spots for everything, but when the kids get home, they just kind of disrobe, grab a snack, relax, which I can appreciate after everything that they've been doing. I understand the need to just kind of sit, but I'm really looking forward to not finding shin guards in just random places. It's been a lot, but it has been so much fun. I do need a break though. Everybody needs a break. We had the rainiest soccer game last weekend, just pouring down rain. I can't find the umbrellas. It was just so wet. It was fun. It was a good game, but just pouring rain. It was a miracle we didn't get washed away. And we live in Oregon. I've lived here for well over 10 years. And like satirically, they'll say, a true Oregonian doesn't need an umbrella. But I think that an umbrella has its place. And at a pouring soccer game is one of them. And our rain gear did not keep us wet the whole time. We learned that even that has its limits. And I really need to find those umbrellas. And spoiler, I do not find them on this day. Still can't find them. As I'm sitting here chatting with you right now, I cannot find our umbrellas. But mercifully, we have some sun. But now it's like 80 degrees outside. So we weren't given a chance. It went from freezing cold to just pouring down rain. And as you can see there, I did find my list. And that is the last time I will see it, because I put it in that drawer thinking I'm not going to lose it in that drawer. And then I forgot about it. So that's the week that we've been having. Very busy, lots of activities, lots of rain, and then just burning hot lava sun. That's what's been going on with me. How are you doing? I hope you're doing well. Now that I've just dumped all of that on you, I appreciate you so much. I'm gonna clean the filter. As you can see, it is just absolutely disgusting. I wanna take the steam cleaner to the dishwasher, loosen up some stuff just really quickly, wipe it out. It was much needed, as you can see. have found so many uses for this steam cleaner. It is so handy. It's just nice because you can loosen things up really, really easily with it and then just wipe it out, which is nice. Not a lot of scrubbing. I don't have to use a lot of chemicals to break stuff down. The steam is wonderful. One thing I'm annoyed about though is I was so excited. This came with an attachment to like clean glass with, and I did this whole deep clean of my bathroom. And when I got the steam cleaner, was so excited to use that attachment when I was deep cleaning the bathroom. And then I forgot about the attachment, which, as you can see, I forget things a lot. I do have ADHD, so I blame some of it on that, but also I'm just a mom of 3 kids and my life is a logistical nightmare right now. So I just forget stuff, and I think that that's perfectly normal and okay. And the glass still got cleaned. It's just I haven't used the attachment for the steam cleaner for the glass yet. So now I'm just kind of biding my time until I need to clean the shower again, and then hopefully I'll remember that I have that attachment. And I'm excited talking about it right now. I can't wait, but I really hope that I remember. I should probably just put the attachment in the shower and just have it hang out in there so I'll remember. That would be the smart thing to do. And hopefully I'll remember to do that when I'm done talking to you. Wow, you get interesting Rhea today. The dishwasher is all cleaned off. That steam cleaner made it really quick to do, just wiping things out. I'm trying to not let it get as much buildup as easily, so cleaning it a little bit more frequently with the steam cleaner. And now I'm just going to clean off the filters. It sat there with the Dawn Power Wash on it for a while, and most of this stuff was easy to spray off, but I will need to scrub it a little bit. So that will be that sponge's last job before it is done being a sponge in my kitchen, because I'm going to throw it away because it was old and this filter was disgusting.
Now what we can be together. Take my hand and we will conquer the world. This is our final chance. 'Cause one day we'll be looking back at this. We were in a big mess together. But we found a way to choose right from wrong. We found the strength to go on together. To go on together. Yeah. To go on together. To go on I was worried you blowed my reputation, but I figured it's not on me. Yeah. The way you're making me shiver, your hands on myself, I keep pulling the trigger, right? This very finger for people like them. Oh no. Well, darling, on my mind, I'm feeling so
I'm going to clean out this sink, and while I was scrubbing it, I did notice, if you can see just at the top right corner, there's a little rust spot. I think it was the air fryer that did that. I'm not sure. But I'm just going to take the Scrub Daddy Power Paste to it, which is typically my go-to for rust spots now in the sink. It's really good. But I think what happened was, if you watch, it gets that, see right there, there's a piece of goo or something, I'm not sure. I think a bit of glue from the patch that we have in the dishwasher, because we need to replace our dishwasher, but not yet. It's still working and not leaking right now because of that patch. I think a bit of it got on the sponge, and so I kept scrubbing it back in, and it was this whole thing. So finally I had to get out the pink stuff, and that got it off, but it left like this kind of very thin layer, and so it's kind of waterproof right there. I don't know. If I did something terrible to my sink, let me know. But I did manage to get the weird dark, maybe it's glue, but I'm not sure, spot off. And now I have just this one spot on my sink that is very water resistant, which I wish I had at that soccer game. I wish I had a shirt made out of it. That would have been nice, but that's not the case, and I'm not totally sure what happened there, but look, it's completely resistant to water now, which is kind of nice. But I don't know if like it's a good thing. I don't know if I'm going to need to replace my dishwasher and my sink now, but I think it's fine.
So wrap your arms around me like a borderline. Our fortress in the jungle, baby, we're alright. We don't care much for people like them. We don't care much for people like them. But darling, on my mind, I'm feeling so fly up in the zone now. I'm like a golden crown, whirling high up in the sky.
Well, all of the dishwasher and sink saga is over, and we are moving on to just wiping down the counters. I need to clean off the stove a little bit. It's not too bad, so I'm just going to use the thieves cleaner on it. I got some of the Bridgerton candles from Bath & Body Works. I don't normally do like really heavily fragranced candles, but I do like Bridgerton, and I do like a good scented candle. And this candle warmer is so much nicer than like burning candles. So I splurged. They did like a Mother's Day sale on their 3-wick candles, and I got a couple of the Bridgerton ones, and they do smell very good. I can only have them going for just a little bit. I always set like the hour timers. I don't just let it go all day because it does get overwhelming for me. But I just put the Wisteria Garden on. I had taken off Queen Charlotte's tea, and they do all smell nice. It's a lot. They're very fragrancy, but it is a nice smell. I am just going to finish up wiping off the counters. We're going to clean the stove off, get the rest of the kitchen wiped down, and then move on to other parts of the house.
Something about you I like. You're crazy for saying I should slow down, but maybe I'm escaping the love we found. There's something about you I like. I get too drunk and too scared and lie to you. If only you knew I would die for you. One of us gotta say the obvious. Nobody loves me better. Nobody loves me better. Nobody loves me better. Guess I'm just too scared to settle down. There'd be many nights I got too high and almost left town. But there's something about you. Something about you I like. About you I like. I get too drunk and too scared and lie to you. If only you knew I would die for you. One of us gotta say the obvious. Nobody loves me better. Nobody loves me better. Too drunk and too scared and lie to you. If only you knew I would die for you. One of us gotta say the obvious. Nobody loves me better, yeah. I get too drunk and too scared and lie.
We are in the living room now, just tidying it up. It is not bad at all. I usually do like a nightly reset where like I wipe down the kitchen, get the living room nice again so that when I come down in the morning, it's just clean and organized, which just makes my heart happy. But we've been just busy and I've been tired, and so it's not been a priority, but I am very much looking forward to getting back into that. I need to have things reset in the evening, and once we're done with soccer and I'm not finding shin guards everywhere, that is definitely at the top of the list to start doing that again. But I'm going to get everything vacuumed up once I get these pillows all set up again. I was very happy that the living room did not take long at all.
so kitchen and living room are all tidied up. Very happy to have that done. I need to vacuum the stairs, but I'm gonna save that for last because I need to let my Dyson recharge because the battery, she's sensitive. So while that recharges, we're gonna head upstairs, and I think we're going to tackle the laundry room. That needs to be addressed. It's not terrible, but there's just some spots I need to clean. And then I need to change my bedding. So we've got stuff that we need to do upstairs. So while that charges, there's always something else we can clean. So let's go upstairs.
Sunrise is 4 a.m. You see, get in the car, we can run away. I hardly even knew you, but I knew that I can't lose you. For 1 or 2, maybe 3 years I've been.
So for the most part, it's just that one dark spot, and I wanted to be able to like have it specifically on there because it's the top. I didn't know how much the bleach spray was gonna stay. So I'm gonna grab a paper towel. I even grabbed a glove. Who am I? I am smart sometimes. I'm gonna wear a glove. I'm gonna saturate this paper towel with the bleach spray and put it in the band on that one spot. And then I'm just gonna give it a light spritz all the way around because that's really just the worst spot. Everywhere else, I just want a more preventative care type situation for the washing machine. So I'm gonna spray it, let that sit while we clean the rest of the laundry room. I wanna vacuum out the lint trap a little bit. It wasn't too bad, but can never hurt. We are due to have like our ducts cleaned out. So I'm just gonna vacuum that in hopes that everything stays fine until we get the ducts cleaned out because they definitely need it. But we need, like a grown up to do it, like a professional to clean all of that out. So I'm gonna let that sit, vacuum everything out. I need more Tide Pods in the container. So we're just giving the laundry room a nice refresh.
You don't care what other people think of you or say, but you're so cool. You just spoiling with your love. Got no doubt that you are lovely. Oh, you're so lovely. Lighting up my space, you do. Like a candle in the dark. Ooh. Getting warmer every time I'm with you. Whoa. Lighting up my space, you do. Like a candle in the dark. Ooh. Getting warmer every time I'm with you.
Do you miss me at all? Do you think about the things we used to do? No, you couldn't stand tall. So why didn't you call? So many years has gone by.
You can see down there on the bottom, we have 5 hooks. They're typically what we'll hang like our beach towels on, especially when my kids are in swim lessons. I like to have a place to hang up the towels so they can dry a bit instead of just throwing them straight into the basket. And if like the washing machine's not available at the time, I can't just throw them in there. The hooks have been really handy too. I've been hanging the kids' sports jerseys on there. We've got 2 soccer jerseys, a track jersey or t-shirt, I guess. And it's been really nice. It's made it really easy to find all of the uniforms. And that is the one thing that I can typically stay on top of, mostly because I'm in charge of the laundry right now. So I put the jerseys away once they're done with them. But each kid knows that they will find their jersey on the hook. I can't do trays on top of the washer or dryer just because they shake while they're on cycles and stuff will like fall off. So the hooks have been really handy. It was a really easy thing. They're just like 3M hooks that I got on Amazon. I put them up on the wall. I can hang the jerseys on there. It made life so much easier.
No, you couldn't stand tall. So why didn't you call? So many years has gone by, but I think about you all the time. Looks like you're changing and all, but why didn't you call? Something in the air, always something in the air. Inexplicable, I can feel it in the air. Can you feel me? Can you feel me? Can you feel me? Can you feel me? Something in the air, always something in the air. Inexplicable, I can feel it in the air. Can you feel me? I've been working on myself. I really try my best to change, but sometimes even love will fade. Right? Maybe we should stay.
Checking in with the washing machine, I think that my little bleach towel did the trick. It was much lighter. I was able to get the worst of it off. I think some of it's just permanent discoloration, but like the worst of the black is gone now. It's just slightly like brown. So much better. It definitely worked out. I wiped off the bleach and then I grabbed a new wet paper towel to get off the majority of the residue. And I'm just gonna kind of let it sit and air out. I was going to throw my bedding in here once I was done, but I opted not to. I just figured I would let everything settle before I did another cycle. So overall, the paper towel with the bleach definitely worked. Very happy with it. 10 stars, would do it again.
Really had a good run though, but maybe you were truly loved. We will take a different road from now. We said forever, forever means nothing if we don't give it up. We can cry when it's over. 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 Our love, it was special, but baby, you can't really stop it, can't stop the heart from running wild.
Well, in here, I'm just changing my sheets. I didn't need to wash the comforter or anything. It had been not too long since I'd washed everything, but I had been sick the week prior. I'm feeling much better, but as you can see, the tissue box is still there on the nightstand. I had an entire day where I mostly could only be in bed. It wasn't a fun illness, but I'm much better now. And whenever I'm sick, I just kind of need to refresh things. And all I really needed to do was change the sheets, get everything nice and refreshed in there. So finish changing the sheets, just throw that in the basket in the laundry room. Those can be washed another day. And then just overall vacuuming my bedroom, getting all of the Harley hair off of the carpet, wiping things down. It was much needed. I absolutely love when my bedroom has been refreshed. It's one of my favorite things.
It's funny how my heart is wired. It doesn't make any sense to me. But who am I to question my feelings? I you back the same way you've been loving me always. Please understand and take my hand. Say you won't hold this against me, 'cause I can't help that I'm feeling this way. I've been over this for a long time now, and I finally know where my heart is. This is our last kiss, and I hope you know that I thank you for making me see it. No, I never meant to hurt you. No, I never meant to hurt you. But I'm in love with myself. 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 No, I never meant to hurt you. No, I never meant to hurt you. But I'm in love with myself. 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 Why don't we say that it's too late for us now? Why do we stay when I blame you for the things that weigh me down? 'Cause in the echo of your silence, I only hear what's best for me. Yeah, in the echo of your silence, I'm thinking more of her. She who wants to study your body, who gets the better version of you. I need the bitter truth. I need the better version of you.
Well, my room definitely needed to be vacuumed. There was a little bit in there from vacuuming the landing earlier in the morning, so that wasn't all from my room, but I would be crazy to think that the majority of it wasn't from my room. Miss Harley moves around a lot at night, but sprayed my linen spray. It smells so good. And now we are going to focus on cleaning the vacuum. I have a Shark vacuum. I love this vacuum. It's got to be 10 years old at this point, maybe even more than that. But you can take the entire thing apart and everything's really easy to clean. I can clean most of it in the sink. It's just the best vacuum. I had a moment last week where I thought maybe it was broken because it wasn't like sucking things up, but I was able to take the entire thing apart. I found a lot of gook in there, something I had vacuumed up, some toy, and it had been clogged, but I was able to just pull the whole thing apart. I adore this vacuum, and I will link the equivalent to it. They don't make my specific one anymore. They just keep making them even better now. So I will link that in the description box along with everything else I've been using today. But I'm gonna clean my vacuum. I keep some Meyer's dish soap upstairs in the laundry room. I have lavender, and then I have two like fall and then a Christmas scent. And I like cleaning the filters and everything with it because then the vacuum smells kind of fresh for a while afterwards too. So I'm gonna wipe everything out, get all the dirt. It will need to sit and dry for a couple of days, but oh, it's so worth it. I said it before, this vacuum is so great. I love being able to just clean everything.
hurts a little bit, but not that much. 'Cause if you want somebody else, who am I to judge? I've been thinking about you all the time, but that's alright. I'm starting to get used to it, think I'll survive. I met you in the summer, when you left it was cold. Said we loved one another, guess that we're wrong. I met you in the summer, our love was out of control. I've been going crazy without you, I'm so alone. I met you in the
I'm just going to finish wiping down the rest of the vacuum here really quickly. I just have a damp paper towel. We're going to let all the pieces dry for a couple of days, like I said. And then the last thing we have to do on our list is vacuum the stairs. Hopefully we will be able to vacuum all of them before the battery dies on the Dyson. The stairs are pretty dirty, so it's going to take me a little bit. I'm probably going to use that whole battery, but hopefully we will make it all the way to the bottom before it dies.
guess that we were wrong. I met you in the summer, our love was out of control. I've been going crazy without you, I'm so alone. I met you in the
Well, it was a little stressful. I was a little worried, but by some miracle, our battery lasted. We are about to make it all the way to the bottom. There was only one blue light left for the battery, but she even had a little bit left, which is nice. But my friends, that is everything that I have for you. I am so glad that you were here. I so appreciate your time, and I really, really hope that you are doing well. I am going to take a much needed break, empty out this Dyson, sit down, relax, and I hope that once you are done doing whatever you need to do, that you do the same, that you take some time for you and recharge yourself, just like my Dyson battery needs to be recharged. I am going to call it a day. Again, I so appreciate your time. If you're not already, make sure you're subscribed. Please continue to hang out with me. I will see you next time. Bye.
I met you in the summer.